Hi friends. Hey, it's Angie Hernandez, certified hypnotherapist from the Indiana Hypnosis Center, where bad habits don't have to last forever. Get rid of that bad habit, like repeatedly washing your hands with hypnosis. Hey, today is that Kid of Mine Thursday. We love them, don't we? So I thought I'd tie in a post that I made a while back about the vagus nerve. Now, it isn't necessarily exactly for children, but the reason why I thought it would be good on the day when I talk about kids is because vagus nerve does so much control and it affects our moods and our well-being. It would be awesome to learn this in childhood instead of having lifelong depression that might have been helped by this. So I thought you as parents could use this with your children. Now, the reason I made the connection was at the time I wrote this post some time ago, you might know that I teach tapping, I believe in tapping, and I really love tapping to help with all kinds of emotional and physical aches and pains. So I saw this diagram of the vagus nerve, and I noticed that the nerve endings, it's a big, huge nerve system in our body that takes a trunk down from our brain and out to our organs. I mean, it's a big, huge part of our nerve system. And I noticed that some of those nerve endings ended up at the tapping spots. I had an aha. I had a beautiful light bulb go on. I'm like, that's why tapping works. I mean, I know the medical studies, the MRIs that show how it stimulates the amygdala and the theories that it changes the energy flow in the body. But, you know, I just really love it when science and theory come together. And here it is. When we're tapping directly on the vagus nerve and talking at the same time, we're totally stimulating that whole system. And that releases feel-good hormones like serotonin and reduces oxytocin, which is a stress hormone. And stress helps keep weight on us. So I was looking at it as from a weight loss point of view. But it does much, much more in our bodies. And stimulating the vagus nerve is very, very important. Okay, I know I'm kind of a nerd. I like the science. I like to know why things work and how things work. So sorry, but that's all the science I'm going to give you now. So what I am going to tell you is it's so important to stimulate that vagus nerve. And there's a few other ways to do it besides tapping. So if you're not doing tapping every day, you can do these other things to stimulate your vagus nerve. And the reason why you want to do that, I'm going to refer to my notes so I say it correctly. There are many physical conditions that are tied into low vagus nerve activity. Blood pressure, high blood pressure. I have that, although I have lowered mine considerably. Depression that I mentioned, lifelong depression, and even autoimmune diseases, when tested, show low vagus nerve activity. So it's very important to stimulate the vagus nerve daily throughout time to keep it functioning properly. So here's some simple ways to stimulate your vagus nerve and feel the good effects of that, the good feelings. The vagus nerve is connected to the vocal cords. So humming, you hum along in your car when you're listening to music, or just hum along when it's not annoying to other people. But hum along a little bit during the day. Do your humming. You notice how they show all those monks and they're meditating and they're going, Om. Why does that make us feel so good? Because the Om, and it stimulates the vocal cords in a certain way. And the humming lifts our depression, lifts our autoimmune system. Awesome, right? Okay, since they're connected to the vocal cords, there's another way to stimulate the vagus nerve, and that's by gargling. Gargling. So if you do mouthwash, or you probably can gargle like that. Or even if you just take a drink of water during the day, whatever drink you have, stop and gargle it a little bit each time you have a different drink in the day. Do a little gargling every day. Between that and the humming, you'll just be right up there, happy as can be. All right, another thing that we know calms us, and here's why it works, is deep breathing. And when I teach the deep breathing, I do it as anchored breathing, which means I use an anchor. You know the anchor you throw out of the boat to keep your boat in place? It's a heavy thing that locks it into place. Well, this is the same thing. The anchor is rubbing your fingers together. It's a physical motion that signals your subconscious mind to do something. It's like training, like you train your dog. When I do this, you come. When I say come, you come. You're training your subconscious mind, and it learns quickly. So when you match it with the physical motion and you do the breathing very quickly in a few days, it's going to learn to turn on this breathing pattern whenever you're in stress. And the reason to do it is to stimulate the vagus nerve system. Here's how you do it. You rub the fingers together, you breathe in for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 4, and then exhale the breath for a count of 4, just like this. In, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. So in, hold it, and exhale. Yeah, when I teach that, I do it 3 times with the client. We try to remember to do it in hypnosis as well to anchor it in, and I give them homework to practice that several times a day, and soon it'll be anchored in so that they just automatically begin doing it in a stressful situation. Now, what does this have to do with the vagus nerve? Breathing in this manner, 4 by 4 by 4, stimulates the vagus nerve and forces our body to calm. So if you're getting tense, uptight, feeling a strong emotion like anger, fear, stress, breathe in this manner. Maybe it'll take 3 breaths. Maybe it's a tough one and it takes 10 breaths. So what? You're going to be breathing anyway, right? You breathe in this manner and it forces your body to calm because you're stimulating the vagus nerve system. Pretty cool, right? Pretty tricky. Yeah. And look, you don't have to be alone to do this. I've done this breathing with my hands down to my side. I've done it in conversation. I do it in the car. I've done it in front of clients. They don't know I'm doing it. They can't tell. So you can do this anywhere to calm yourself. All right. All right. So meditation, maybe physical movements like Tai Chi or yoga, and certainly self-hypnosis, which I can teach you. Self-hypnosis all use deep breathing, which is calming and stimulating to the vagus nerve system. And that is why all those things, yoga, Tai Chi, meditation, and self-hypnosis, they all are calming and stimulating the feel-good hormones in our bodies. All of them, because that type of breathing and that type of introspection stimulates the vagus nerve system. So now you know how to stimulate your vagus nerve system and feel the great health benefits from doing that. For me, I like anchored breathing, I like self-hypnosis, I love tapping, and I really like singing and humming too. The gargling, not so much on me, but you'll know what you like. Hey, thanks for watching today, and please follow me and turn me back on your See First list. And I will see you next time. This one's from me to you. Bye, friends.